They came up on an empty shack. He gestured her in. "Where's the base?" she asked, confused. "I thought we could talk a bit first."
Oh, you think I'm playing you? She was furious. I'm betraying my father who picked me out of an alley, and you think I'm playing you?
She lashed out. Her claws sliced fire into his face. Energy boiled in her other paw. But before she could kill him, he slashed his sword into her heart. She staggered. "I could have loved you, you son of a bitch." And then she died. Renato stood there for hours, unable to move. Finally, a ship landed near him. Peppino had brought the Farfarer.
What's up?
On board the Farfarer, Peppino couldn't stop grinning. "I can't believe you actually killed her. Why didn't I trust her?" Renato said. All he could feel was emptiness. "You killed the Emperor's daughter. You might want to run for it, if you care whether you live or die, that is." Since Renato didn't, he grabbed the wheel, and he sailed for the Imperial fleet.
So are you leaving today then, or?
Yeah. Today was my move out day.
Take care and be safe.
Again, thanks for the roof, man.
Yeah.
Renato had never felt worse. Zenobia had listened to him. He had trusted him. She had opened her eyes to her father's evil. And everything he had hoped for. He had taken him to a dirty shack. Was he so used to lying that he couldn't trust even the girl he had always loved? He wasn't that good. Yet. Oops. Thought Renato. Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching. You know what I hate about you guys? Everything.
Truth was, Renato really liked the sound his sword made in the air.
He could see the rebels reeling back as he plunged into the ranks of the Ravens. He'd had to kill the girl he loved, but he'd also blown the biggest opportunity they could have had to turn the Emperor's daughter against him. Oh, Renato could only laugh miserably. He was taking crazy chances now, swinging wildly. He expected the Ravens to take him at any moment, but they were running in fear. No one wants to fight a man who doesn't care if he lives. No one wants to fight a hero. What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a moving ship. The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking. He was exhausted. Could barely think. He wanted to stop thinking. The rebels were already finished, and he was the last. The Ravens were coming for him personally now, in waves. It didn't matter. He was slick with his own blood, but it didn't matter. In the distance, he could see her, embraced by a halo of light, holding her hand out to him. Had she forgiven him? Would she take him to the halls of the Valiant? Then he felt steel in his belly, and his chest, and his back. And he lay down, and he couldn't see her anymore. Renato stared at the book. He was still alive. Again. And still only flying away from burning Ubar. Had he lived that adventure? or only dreamt it? Had he really died? It felt so real, not like a dream at all. And he'd lost again. Oh, he hated that. But he had made different choices. And he'd lost in a different way. It was the book, wasn't it? Oracles showed you your destiny. But this was showing him different ways he could die miserably. Thanks a bunch, book, he thought. But these were destinies that he did not have to fulfill. But he'd learn another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
Well, this is gonna be a first look at it, and then I'm gonna take a nap for a little bit, and then maybe I'll play some more later, but for now I'm going to call it quits.